Hi, thanks for joining me today for the Bell Performance video blog. I am Eric Bjornstad and I'm going to talk to you today about the issue of gas for small engines. Specifically, is there any special kind of gas that you should use in your small engine? And the question, how important is having fresh gas? How important is that to the health and well-being of your lawnmower or your two-cycle engine? Well, let's get that question out of the way first. You know that lawnmowers and two-cycle engines are designed to run obviously the same kind of gasoline that you would put in your car or your truck or a boat. So the general rule of thumb for the best kind of gas to use in that is that fresh gas is always better than old stale gas. If you have to store gas in those machines, we always recommend treating it with an ethanol protectant additive, so to speak. But most manufacturers and lawn care professionals will tell you that if you can use fresh gas in your lawnmower or your weed eater or your two-cycle chainsaw, then that is exactly what you want to do. Now, what about the question of should you use low octane or regular octane gas, or should you use high octane gas? Obviously it makes a difference in when you use it in your car, but what about in your lawnmower? Well, small engines like those in lawnmowers and chainsaws and whatnot, those have lower compression ratios, and that means they typically get no extra benefit from a higher octane fuel. In fact, some premium fuels that you might put in there that actually might make your engine, your lawnmower engine, let's say, harder to start. So don't spend any more on these premium gases, just use regular gas. Now, speaking of special kind of gases, if you go into a big box retailer or into AutoZone or Advanced Auto Parts, you might find cans of gas marketed specially for small engines and two-cycle engines. And this is non-ethanol gas. Some of it may, if it's a two-cycle gasoline, that will have mixed in the two-cycle oil already. Now, in theory, it is an excellent idea, especially if you live in an area which is impossible to get non-ethanol gasoline in. If you live in that kind of area, you probably would seriously consider spending the extra money on a can of this kind of fuel. And when we say extra money, we do mean extra money. For a quart of these kind of gasoline fuels off the shelf, you might spend $5 to $8 per quart, which means $20 to $30 per gallon. If it's kind of a neat marketing trick that they package them per quart and then sell them to you for single digits, it means you don't really realize how much you're spending when you buy this. But if you tell someone, I can get you special non-ethanol gas, but you'll have to pay $30 a gallon for it, I doubt that very many lawnmower owners would probably choose to go for that. Lastly, if you have a gas can and you're filling it up to take home and use for your lawnmower, experts recommend that you take and you top off your car first. Sometimes, if the person before you has fueled up with premium gasoline, there will be a little bit of premium left in that pump. And if you top off your car first, it will flush that out and you'll get that little bit of extra premium in your car. If you weren't to do that and you put that in your gas can, well, you get a little bit of extra premium in your gas can for your lawnmower, but like we said earlier, it's not going to do that particular machine very much good, so it's much better to put that in your car. So those are just a few tips on the issue of gasoline for small engines. If you'd like more information on this or related topics for small engines or other things, go to our websites, bellperformance.com and also wefixfuel.com. So thank you very much for joining me. I am Eric Bjornstad with Bell Performance, and I'll see you next time.